Welcome, anime enthusiasts, to Squad Nero, the ultimate destination for all things anime. Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just taking your first steps into the captivating world of Japanese animation, you found your home. I'm Rob, aka Sage. With me today, I have Niall, aka Croco's Corner, Chef D, and T Smooth, your guides through the vast realms of creativity, epic adventures, and heartfelt stories that anime, animation, and gaming have to offer. Join us each week as we dive deep into the latest releases, explore hidden gems, and discuss the hottest topics in the blurred community. Get ready for a journey filled with laughter, tears, and the unbridled passion that makes anime a truly unique art form. Without further ado, let the Anime Odyssey begin.
Hold on. My apologies.
You went
Restart it.
on mute.
Niggas, alright. Alright, so
It was only for like 2 seconds though.
before I was rudely interrupted with a fucking mute, welcome back, guys. This is episode 33, week 33.
Gang
week
gang
33.
3-3. Gang gang 3-3.
33 of this bug. If if you can't tell throughout this pod, most of us is tired as fuck. It's been a long weekend, so we are going to get through these things quickly and efficiently as possible. Tap
Wow, y'all.
in the
Oh.
chat if y'all want to say any words so that we could speak about it, talk about it. But other than that, without further ado, let's get this motherfucking shit started.
I'm just saying, you
Sorry
talking
about that,
about
baby.
who's old. Y'all old. I'm like a fresh spring chicken
Nah,
right now.
nigga. Nah, okay. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's unpack it real quick. Just real
Go
quick,
ahead.
real quick,
Go ahead.
real quick,
Unpack
real
it.
quick, real quick.
Unpack it.
Folks be saying that our generation is old. I'm specifically talking about Nile and D. Folks be saying our generation is old without understanding that we got the shit end of the stick for a lot of the shit that y'all are enjoying as of this present point in time. We got the shit end of the stick in terms of housing. We got the shit end of the stick in terms of jobs. We got the shit end of the stick
Yes, we did.
in terms of insurance and how much that shit costs. We got this shit in the other stick in terms of all of these things. And we are even fully, it's harder for us to get to the top or at least the level where you at, where you sitting a little bit moderately comfortably. The jobs are asking for fucking multi years of experience now. If you don't have that, nigga, you're shit out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Nigga,
go through
what?
fucking
Yeah.
2, 3 interviews just to fucking get denied.
Hey, Dodo.
Niggas is playing
I ain't
around.
I ain't that old. I'm going through the same stuff you going through. So don't even
You old
start.
enough, nigga.
Yeah, but I would count T in our generation.
Yo.
Is he
T is in our
not?
generation.
No,
He
no,
is.
no, teen in
Go
our
ahead.
generation.
I'm right,
How is he
like right
not?
before, literally right before. But I'm saying I'm still going through the same stuff y'all going through. I ain't have it
It
easy.
stops right at T, and then under that, that's our generation.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, he on the cusp. That's like the same. You
He
got the
on the
same
cusp.
problem.
I
You got the
guess.
same problems when you on the
I
cusp.
guess.
That
yeah.
sucks being on the cusp
Cause
because
literally,
you get
bruh, I
the old
graduated.
problems and a new one.
My
Like the
thing
middle
is,
child.
I graduated fall 2012. I had to work FedEx first before I even got my job because every IT job I went for, you need experience. You need experience.
Uh,
You need experience. Like, bruh, I just need something entry level just to get in the door. And then when I finally
Yep.
got one, I got screwed over and pretty much they were on their third strike with this company, and I'm being trained on a job, and my manager is helping me with that job, walks me through the whole thing. Apparently, it came out messed up, but who had to take the L? This guy.
yeah.
And then had to
It,
go. Then had to go back to FedEx, and then I got the job. One of my jobs that I actually enjoyed, and then moved on to another one, and then really sprung off my career in IT.
yeah, T, you were a part of the workforce, like entering the
Mm-hmm.
workforce when it sucked.
Yeah.
You definitely are a part of that.
Especially in IT,
One
it's
thousand
hard.
percent.
In IT, it's hard to get in when you need experience. Like you really have to
Uh,
like get in there. I'm gonna put. Oh, you gonna be dealing with the struggle too? Okay, go back to watching Miss Rachel. Shout out to Miss Rachel, one of the best co-parents of all time. Um, but like honestly, like literally coming out the door, like I worked my last semester. I had to work at be an intern, and I was an intern in like an IT department over at this college across the street at Alpha University. So I'm
Mm.
thinking, granted, like yeah, I didn't have that much experience, but at least I had something going in the door to try and get an IT help desk job. Nah, you need two
Don't
years
let
of
these niggas
experience.
know
You need three
everything.
years of experience. Da 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 da.
Don't let these niggas know everything. God damn.
He
What do you
gave a
mean?
little
I
history. He
don't care.
gave a
I
little
don't care.
history lesson.
I'm
Listen, I
letting
don't
you
care.
know. I struggle too.
All right, when we get famous and niggas start swatting your crib, don't say anything to me.
What? Hey,
Don't say
hey,
anything to me,
hey,
nigga.
hey. I'm gonna tell you this now. I didn't give too much information. I just went. I was in Alfred. That's all. That was been part of my life. I don't live there no more. I don't live in
No,
Alfred.
I tell you, you tell them they come by my house, they gonna have a shotgun with their name on it.
Hey,
Nigga,
in
if
the
it's
words of
12
Dave,
pulling up trying to
and,
swat your shit, you ain't gonna pull out that shotgun, nigga.
No, no, that's true.
Exactly.
hey,
That's very true.
Exactly.
That's
uh,
not
He gonna have
safe.
a bunker under his shit.
Mhm.
I hit a button.
Nah. And you know how usual people be having the elevator? His ass gonna have a fucking ladder, nigga.
Gonna have that what is it? That Elder Ring ladder y'all be on. You gotta slide down like a fireman.
Oh,
Yo,
Gonna have
hold on.
that.
Did anybody see that movie Trap yet?
No.
Nah,
nah. Who's that with?
Okay, it with some
M Night
nobodies, but it's M
Shyamalan.
Night
Lama.
Shyamalan movie. Like honestly, really good movie. Check it out. It surprisingly is one of his better movies. I
Yeah, his
enjoyed the
movie's
twist and
been
everything, but
sucking.
I don't want to ruin it for y'all. But at one point there was an escape, and there like when homie escaped, they didn't show him escaping, but they opened the door and it was a ladder going all the way down to like this secret basement compartment. And I'm like, this man had 5 seconds before they walked in to come get him, and yet he had enough time to Batman himself out the door, like through his crawl space. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, I gotta see it. I want to see that Alien movie, but
Oh yeah,
Romulus?
that
Oh,
movie. Yeah,
I
that
heard
joint
that
was
was
fire.
cold.
That joint
I
was
heard that
fire.
was cold.
I'm about to
They
watch
really been cooking
it.
with the alien movies recently. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm about to watch it.
They been cooking. All right, I actually like that intro, so I might do that. Just shoot this shit and be fucking around with niggas. But regardless, we gonna start it off with the first topic. This
Hold on.
was
Can I just say one thing though, before we get into the
nigga.
topics?
Hold up.
Hold on. I got
Before
two
right
things.
before.
I got two things. One, because I know we're not gonna do this. Oh, what we've been watching this week and all that good stuff. But one, I watched Umbrella Academy the last season. I know y'all haven't watched it. I'm gonna give a spoiler-free review. The last season was trash. I felt like I was going through the Game of Thrones syndrome. You give me three
mm,
great
Yes,
seasons,
that show is not
and
good.
like the first three seasons were amazing, but that last season was just straight dog water. Like it was like I felt like someone threw dog poop on my porch and lit it on fire. So I started stomping on. It. I'm like, oh, this is what they left me. That's literally how I felt. That's literally how I felt. And two, I
I
started
believe
reading
it.
the some comics that shout out to King Lion. He was reviewing one of the issues for the Absolute Power Task Force 7, and he was reviewing the fourth issue, talking about how Batman slapped the stew out of Nightwing. I grabbed all four books that they have out currently from my local comic book store. Um, and yeah, it's heat after heat after heat, talking about
Yeah,
like how they're like literally snatching up all the heroes and taking their powers and stuff. So honestly, check that out. Issue 4 is probably my favorite because he does like go hand for hand with Nightwing, and it's crazy. He literally smacks the stew out of Nightwing, and I nearly like fell to the floor laughing.
I
Okay,
gotta
Rob, you're
catch
good.
up. But D, I do think you would really like Absolute Power if you haven't like tapped into it yet. DC up your alley. Amanda Waller went crazy. That's essentially the whole plot, at least from what I understand of it so far. Amanda
Okay.
Waller is going. She going
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Like I never seen her like this.
Absolute power.
Uh huh.
Task Force 7. So, well, I plan on sending my copies over to Rob so he can read them, but I'm waiting for issue 5 to come out before I do that.
Okay.
I just want to say real quick, we was just talking about this right before the pod.
You funny.
And
I knew you was gonna
before,
say
and,
that.
You go.
and before y'all can see it, I was streaming on my screen our last
Mm-hmm.
YouTube video. The nigga T was like, "I don't cut you off, even when you about to segue. I don't cut you off." Y'all seen live and direct in 1080p, 60 frames per second, or 30 frames per second, depending on what T got the
Hey,
stream
don't
settings at.
disrespect me. It's always 60 frames.
60 frames per second, even better. Y'all seen it word for word, bar for bar. This nigga was like, "Hold up, Rob. Before you say that,
I'm
let
just
me
saying.
bring
No, no,
this
no,
out
no.
real
No,
quick."
but hold on, no. If you're talking
You
about
say
the
you ain't
last
do
time,
it.
no, no, no. But here's the thing, though. You're talking about how I kept the topic going on Deadpool. I didn't do that. I just wanted to add him because I know we wasn't going to do that. I just wanted to say one, Umbrella Academy. The last season was trash, and I'm in the midst of reading Absolute Power Task Force 7. Y'all should read it, and I recommend my readers. Y'all should read it.
I gotta, I gotta
That's
That's a
tap
all.
good
into that.
recommendation.
That's all. That's all.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
tap into that. Real quick, I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho too. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. But
It's
regardless of
really
that,
good.
that's not the point.
Finally,
Almost close to the tournament. What is it? The Dark Tournament.
Hmm.
yo, you. How?
Almost
What
close to.
episode are you on now?
I think I'm at 11, or it's between 11 and 15. I can't
Oh
remember.
no,
I
you
know the
still got
Dark
you got
Tournament.
to waste. You got to
The
waste.
Dark Tournament starts at 27, episode 27.
You got to waste to get to the good part of the Duck tournament. You got to
Oh, okay.
waste.
All right. Nonetheless, Bo DeMaio, he's been in the news circuit a lot, especially with Marvel as of recently, since he's not coming back as X-Men 97 creator, um, or X-Men 97 in terms of the writing and the story aspects of it. And generally, it's a consensus that a lot of people thoroughly enjoyed that first season of them coming back, and most of that is due to Bo DeMaio. But now we have information of what actually happened, and I actually got an article that's saying that his lawyer is coming back accusing Disney of gaslighting and planning illegal, unconscionable items in contracts after X-Men 97 creator was fired. Uh, Having much experience with Disney, the playbook is always the same, says his attorney. Family friendly on the outside, but secretly attempting to plant illegal, unconscionable items. God damn. In contracts that silence the truth and stop the employee slash customer from asserting basic constitutional rights. All right, so basically they saying the Disney is up to some nefarious deeds, which I can't necessarily put that past Disney. I think we all generally understand that Disney probably has a dark side. Everything has a good side. Everything has a
Everything has a
dark
dark
side.
side.
It
Yeah.
just depends on how bad that dark side truly is.
Most
I'm
of it is bad, so it won't shock
probably
me.
all sorts of things. People getting fired for no reason. People getting discriminated against for no reason. I'm not surprised. We're not gonna be able to cut all that shit out from the world. That's just how the world is, sadly.
True.
But from what happened with the news from Bo DeMaio, what he did, it seems like he was sending inappropriate
He was
pictures.
Marvel Diddy.
Yeah, inappropriate pictures to some of the workers to show them. Oh shit! To show them that this is how. I don't necessarily remember how the story went, but it was some weird shit. If you send a nude pictures to anybody just unwarranted, that's some weird shit.
This
But
is how what?
He was sending. He said this how Cyclops supposed to look, and would be sending himself.
yeah, he was like
No,
sending it for like it was weird how they described it.
he was on some
I'm look it
freaky.
up real quick.
He Marvel Diddy. That is not an
And he also
understatement.
was touching some of the workers as well inappropriately,
Yo, because
which is
remember
what
we
was
talked
weird
about that. We
too.
were like, yo, nobody has come out in support of this nigga's firing.
It had to be
Like,
Hmm.
some. It has to be some bad
You're
shit.
right, D.
Had
yeah,
to be
because
some
You
bad
nobody
shit.
was like,
right.
no, we loved working with Bo. He's a great person. All we see is him on Twitter doing weird shit. Like, granted, it's a great show. And they could definitely build on top of that, if they don't mess it up or anything. But I'm like, bro, you didn't have not one director, writer, producer, colorist, cartoonist, voice
Nothing.
actor.
You
Ain't
said that
nobody
too.
come out and say, yo, he's a great person.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope.
Nope.
So I'm like, damn, bro, you kind of shot yourself in the foot with that stupid shit you just did.
Yeah. For no reason. I don't understand why everybody got to be all like pedophilia. Well, not pedophilia,
Bro,
but like just weird. Let's just say
niggas have
weird.
supported R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody say nothing good about Bo DeMaio. So what type of shit was you on?
Talent and
Wow.
popularity will take you a lot of places.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's
He's
your
probably like,
that's your
oh.
shitty that's your shitty ass
Texting
ways will probably not be able to
coworker
take you.
with you
But you
is
know what's crazy though? I don't like, things ain't always about race. But niggas have been in Hollywood doing shit like this for 20 plus years. This nigga did it his first year and he out. They're like, nah, we can't have no nigga doing this.
It's cause he's
You
a
out of
nigga. Nigga with hoop earrings? I'll be
no,
fucking
I'm not
damned
even
if I
gonna
work
hold
with you and
you.
could get away with this.
I'm not gonna hold you though. He really like smoked that show that if this was like 15, 20 years ago, I could see him still working there.
Nigga,
I think it's
they
just
flip
a
that motherfucker,
breakdown.
man.
I think
No,
it's
you
just
right.
like today. Like today is just you once you don't want like Disney do not want to be and they don't want no documentary behind Disney Marvel X-Men 97 documentary
Yeah.
coming out.
Mm,
Like they trying to avoid all of that stuff. 15 years ago though, the way he smoked this show, they might have been like, let's just throw this under the rug because he smoked it. He
mm-hmm.
smoked the show. He actually did. I think if they really would have tried, if they could, but this dude was on some. He was on some whole other stuff. You
Yeah.
can't just be normal. Like it would be my dream to work with Marvel. I wouldn't want to mess that up. I
It's
wouldn't want
kind
to
of
like.
rubbing me. I'm sorry.
No, no, keep going.
It's kind of rubbing me the wrong way that the last two instances of this happened on a major scale inside the movies or media space is two niggas. It's really rubbing me the wrong way because it just can't be these two niggas, bro. It
Jonathan
just
Majors
can't
was
be.
unfair. If that's the other person, that was
Yeah,
just
Yep.
that's
not
what I was
right.
thinking about.
That is just not right
Oh
to me.
yeah.
Like at this point, the way how everything was
Okay.
handled with the evidence that came out, Jonathan May, y'all know how I feel about him. I don't like that guy, but like that was not right how he was done. Like I don't even know what to call that. That was just kind of like, all right, like even if you want to say he shouldn't have like pushed her back in the car, it's like, bro, we have seen so much worse at this point.
Oh, he
That
was just
like
trying to get away.
not to justify like him putting his hands on a woman. I wouldn't do that. But like this much outlash, you would have thought he did. You would have thought he did what Bo
Mm-hmm.
DeMaio did. You like for real. You would have really thought that he did the amount of backlash he got. You would have thought he like was wildly egregious. Not saying that any level of egregious should be tolerated. I get all of that. I understand. I know the world we live in. But like, you would have thought he went stupid because like, did his charge even get dropped? Like, did it or drop? Did he like get a felony from that, or did he get like a misdemeanor? Because weren't
I
they at
thought it
one
was just
point
a
talking about
misdemeanor.
dropping
Yeah.
it down? I don't. But that's the thing. Have you heard a follow up on that?
Nah, but you right. That shit, like, yeah, pushing her back in the car was wild, but it was like, damn, when you heard it, it was like, oh shit, like his career is over. Then when you see the shit, you like,
I mean,
mm.
don't put your hands on a woman, sure, like, but
You like,
he
damn, I
tried
seen
to run
worse.
away. Like, that's the thing too, is like you see in the footage him trying to run away as opposed to doing something worse. And it's like I don't know. Like that gets no credit, like that gets none. Like if a guy run away, it wouldn't that be like the thing you would want to see on video? Is the guy running away? Like, wouldn't that be the ideal thing in the society we live in now? If you see a video and it's a domestic dispute between a couple, like I would think that would be something that I don't know. It's just so weird. Like I would think that's what you would want to see is the guy run away. Like I don't know if y'all growing up will hear things like with your parents or family members where it would be like the guy's supposed to take a walk, like you literally
Mm-hmm.
witnessed Jonathan Majors taking a walk. Like, yo, if it get real bad, just go take a walk. And he did what a lot of us was, I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird. Like that whole thing. That's why it's like I don't like really bringing the race card into things, but it's kind of hard to not see a race like a racial element to that with him.
Yep.
It's really hard not to. Like, bro, come on. I don't know.
Yeah, it sound a little fishy. I tapped in on the stream, but it's I don't it's just rubbing me the wrong way, dog.
Who? Which one? Bo or Jonathan Majors?
Technically, I'm not gonna say Bo, more so in the sense of the severity
Mm-hmm.
of the accusations, or not even accusations. It's probably fact as of this present point in time. I don't necessarily know. Um, Still accusations from mine. Don't want it. I don't want no lawyers hitting up my doorway, nigga. Ha ha.
Mm.
I'm good for a defamation suit, but it's like these niggas are sacrificing these niggas. This is kind of why I'm so happy that we got Ryan Coogler though, cause he's a solid fucking nigga.
Yeah, he
He's
just be
not doing
chilling.
no shit. He just be in his own. You could tell by how this nigga talks. I don't know if y'all ever watched a interview with him, but you can tell when he does the same shit that I do when I'm like nervous or anxious, especially in a public setting. Start stuttering over words, type of thing, a little bit. You know that they got confidence, but it's just like he's not too necessarily comfortable being in the spotlight, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yo,
I
but one
know.
thing.
Oh, go ahead.
But like, go ahead, right? I need to cut you off.
No, you good. I know he's more of a nerd type of dude, so he wouldn't even put himself in that predicament. Like usually
Let's
nerds when they
wait
get
till
the
this
power,
Iron Heart come out, cause he might be hurting real bad after this crap come out.
maybe. But go ahead, D. What was you about to say? You see his
I
face?
was saying, like, you see shit with like Jonathan Majors and all that. Like, yeah, we got him on camera, but it was like, bro, like Kevin Spacey was acting for 30 years after he sexually assaulted someone.
I'm
Then the shit came up
saying,
again, and it was like, bro, like stuff about this dude 30 years. I ain't even seen the actors come out and support Kevin Spacey. None of that shit. But this, like y'all said, we don't always want to make things about race, but it's like, yo, we already know. You
Well,
got one chance as a black man to act right,
well, my thing is at the
and then
same time,
smack
it's like
your
the
ass.
it's the time we live in because back in the day they let that slide. Look at many different people, like you said, Kevin
If it was a
Spacey,
nigga,
Cosby. Like it's mad people that got away
but
with it years ago and was able to continue working.
keep in mind who you had to say. Cosby, Bill Cosby. He was at a plethora of time, probably one of the most mainstay black men names that anybody knew
yeah,
about. Everybody, every race knew about.
yeah,
It had to be that, and even at that, they was like, "Nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here. We don't care how talented you are." R. Kelly, the most talented, and I'm not saying that these niggas should get another pass at grace. No, these niggas did some violent, evil
yeah.
shit.
Some
Fuck
egregious
them
stuff
Hmm.
on
niggas.
they both of their
Fuck them
behalf.
niggas. Both of them niggas. But
But
what we
Jonathan
seen
Majors
from,
ain't do nothing like that. That's the whole thing. Is
yeah,
like
he did. For him to get canceled like this, this is what I was actually gonna ask y'all now. Do y'all think Jonathan Majors, there's a door open for him to be able to come back? I think there
I
is.
do. I
I
actually
think
do
there is.
too.
Yeah,
I
there
do because
is.
the way the studio dropped him that fast, to the way that we saw the news, and then it was like Marvel fires Jonathan Major. It's like, hold up, damn, like y'all just had a whole saga prepared for this nigga, and it was like, okay, but then it was like nobody had to come out and be like, oh, he's not that type of person. I'm like, this nigga got to do sit down interviews. We all seen the video. You push her back in the car, scream at her, and you run. Now all of a sudden, you damn near fighting for a job back, and then the studio that's trying to promote you in these movies don't even got your back. They just up and fire your ass. Like, goddamn, bro.
Nah, you know what I really do think. If I was him, go to like nah, I really do kind of just want him, even
Go
though
to
I don't
DC.
love DC, I really kind of want him to just kind of like go to DC and then kill it. Like play a role and he
Hmm.
kill it. And my only reason for that is if you feel kind of like iffy about it now, I really got a feeling. And Rob, I do apologize because this goes into one of the topics that you was well, it's the same one. Uh that we just kind of found out and we were talking about it in the chat that they gonna have Doom kind of kill off the council the Kang council
Okay.
variants.
Yeah.
I think
In
they
the
gonna make
Fantastic
it.
Four.
I think they gonna really like. And here's the thing: I don't know the legality on this, so I could very well be wrong. But if Marvel licensed the likeness of Jonathan Majors as Kang, and he can be shown in that film, even if it's something where it's like very dark or just something where you know it's the silhouette of Jonathan Majors, and then they got him getting like dog whooped. Something about that is not going to sit right with me.
Hmm.
Even
I,
if it's just a silhouette,
I don't think
like
they're doing that. I
even
think they're gonna have to recast him because
I
they wouldn't
hope
even. I don't
you're
think.
right.
I don't even think they have Tom Holland as the likeness for Spider-Man, and he's brought them in billions upon
Yep.
billions of dollars.
I
I don't
feel
think
like
they
you're
give
right with
any
that.
one person that much power. Disney
Nah,
likes
but
having the power.
what I'm saying is if Disney has like if they can keep his frame, if they can use like previous voice files of his and stuff like that,
I got you. I
and
got
then
you.
they got him getting dog whooped, that's not gonna sit right with me. Like whatever
That
they
will
do
piss
to
me
get
off.
rid of him, I kind of hope they just do it kind of gracefully. Because if they don't, I'm really like vote, and I don't even like him, but I'm really like voting for him to have a mean comeback because it's like that's to me that's going too far and like it already is going too far, but then you got this black man that you essentially defeated and possibly blacklisted. You just got him getting dog whooped by Robert Downey Jr., which is like to add insult to injury, this guy who no, and this is no offense to Robert Downey Jr., but when you think about it, it's like this white guy who also had a problematic history, who Disney decides to keep and ride the coattails of to infinity and beyond, no pun intended. And then you got this black dude who in the same setup, and you drop him, don't have his back really, and then you got him getting dog whooped by the white guy who got the same history as him. And like I said, I don't really like to like do the whole race dive thing. I just don't. I get it. I know where
Yeah.
it exists. I understand where it exists, but I'm just kind of sick of the conversations over it at this point.
Even less than,
Like, bruh, that's
to be
so.
honest, probably
You get
less.
what I'm saying? though? That's so offensive. That's so like offensive. It's like here's this white guy who could be in all of this trouble, and we tote him up. And now, not only are we going to tote him up and just dispose of the black guy, but we going to have the black guy getting dog whooped. And everybody knows, even if it's just a silhouette or a voiceover, everybody knows who that person is. And nah, that wouldn't sit
He,
right with me. I actually would be like kind of upset with Marvel over that.
he already got his ass whooped by a Bug's Life. Now he about to get his ass whooped by Doctor Doom. Like, yo,
Yeah,
now
when you
looking
liked
back
him,
at it,
he got dog whooped by an ant.
that that
And
was
that was
the
when you
only
liked him.
thing that was good throughout that whole fucking movie was him. His acting prowess
Hmm.
was top. I was talking to my coworker. His acting prowess is top tier, bro. If it was anybody that was going to follow up Thanos, it was going to be him. Not because of Kang and how he is in the comics, but because of Jonathan Majors and his acting ability. You can say all you want about this man, but this man can really act his fucking ass
That
off, bro.
second
Yes, you
season
can.
of Loki really brought me around to
Second
understanding
season of
it.
Hmm.
Loki,
That
Lovecraft
was it for
Country,
me.
like he can act, he can do so many different roles, different acting, and you could feel it, bro. Like I was really sitting there thinking like, yo, this might be like our next Will Smith, our next Denzel Washington, because I don't know what other nigga is gonna take that mantle as of right now. Any black man, I don't think, but maybe I just don't watch enough movies. That could be me,
What's
but
his name? I made a suggestion a couple shows ago. Coleman Domingo.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody
I thought
like I
he's
feel like
Dominican, all right?
give a fuck
Dominican
what he
and
is.
black or
I
something like
feel
that.
like I
He's
feel like something
That nigga
you
is
can
black.
recast Kang. Like don't kill Kang off. Like you can't. You just waste all that time. Just recast a nigga. If you really don't want Jonathan Majors, recast Kang. And you could do it on some Who Cloned Tyrone shit. Have it be like Coleman Domingo trying to make clones of himself, but they ended up looking like Jonathan Majors. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then they all just shot out through the universe doing shit. And he's
They
like, you
said
gotta be the one to be at the Council of Kings, be like, no, I gotta do this shit over or something. But
they
don't
said
have Doctor.
no more niggas.
they
I
most
thought about
definitely
having
killing
Doctor
his
Doom
ass
do it,
off.
Yeah, I thought about having Doctor Doom do it, but it was like, damn, having Robert Downey in a Doom costume beating up a hundred thousand black niggas don't sit right with me today. It just
Yeah,
Given all of the like exactly D, given all
like
of
Niall, my bad, Niall, but just like you said, a nigga that just went through all that shit in the '90s, sleeping in bushes, being a drug addict, and Marvel's like, we'll take a chance on this fucking degenerate and give him Iron Man. This nigga push a hoe in the car, and they're like, no, 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 we can't have that.
accidental
We can't
hoe,
Bruh.
have that.
accidental
This
That is
assault,
really
motherfucker had
crazy
that
when you think
same.
about it.
We
accidental
about to
Oh,
have
assault.
that
It's so
same white
stupid.
boy that was running in with the law. We about to have him come in and give your black ass them lashes. Matter of fact, we're gonna
yeah,
have him give 10,000 of your black asses these lashes,
yeah, I
and
don't
you
like
gonna
that.
take it, nigga.
I really
It's
don't.
like,
I
damn, can
don't
we just
like that.
recast Kane? Can we just recast him, please, so we ain't gotta deal
Uh,
with this shit?
Hope they
oh, he's getting
graceful.
recast and he's getting dog walked by that nigga Doom. All of them. I'm not gonna lie, and they just gonna bring it back once all of this shit with Secret Wars
Yeah,
ends.
after
But
they
he
whoop
has to
his
get cooked.
after
He
they
has to
whoop
get
his
cooked.
ass, then it's gonna be like, okay, we can bring you back in because we had this white man. We proved our point. Like that's essentially what it start to feel like. Like when you hear black people talk about stuff like that, and I know people be like, oh, you exaggerating it or you digging too deep into it. But this is the type of stuff that make black people feel the way that they do with the things that we feel the way that we do
Mm-hmm.
about it because it's like then they gonna watch. That's exactly I think you hit that on the nail, Rob. As soon as all of that is done, as soon as Robert Downey's thunder is done and this second shine is through, and after he beat this black man ass, then they gonna say, okay, we whooped your ass enough. Now let's have you back. I hope he go to DC. I really do. I hope they find something. He could have been he looked better than that dude that's playing what's the dude with the M on his face, Derek, in DC?
You talking about the nigga with the T, Mr. Terrific?
Yeah, I think he would look better as Mr. Terrific, especially with his physique too. I think that he would be kind of in his acting ability, like not even just the physique, but the acting ability. I
They
think
already
that
got
he would
somebody
do.
playing Mr. Terrific
I
though.
know I hate that dude. I just I don't like the look of it. I don't like none of it. I really don't. I don't. Something just off about it.
He looked
He
like a
looks
lemur.
starved. Yeah, he looked like a starved lemur. I just
This
don't.
is
That's a
starved lemur.
perfect example. Not even just a lemur. He looked like a starved lemur. Something wrong with his neck. And this is coming from a person with a skinny ass neck. So I like listen, I got sympathy for you, but like it just don't look right. I wouldn't cast me as no Mr. Terrific. Need to take that skinny neck, go home. It's just it don't. Then this gonna sound wrong. This gonna sound wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude
I
and
am.
saying this,
This ain't
but the
either.
nigga is too black. Like he just a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't
Uh,
got no problem with it, but it's just like, oh, when you look at the nigga, it's like it's kind of like, damn, like oh, like if you know the character, Mr. Terrific was like a brown skinned black dude. He wasn't like that real deep black. So it's just something about it, kind of like
This shit sound crazy.
I know, and put it. It's all
He
on
said
me.
that
This is
deep
Crocker.
black.
He black. It's just like it's too like you know how when we was talking about Storm, it's like okay, Storm is African, so like you could kind of take some
And they
liberties with
casted
her.
Alexandria Ship.
Oh, I don't even know. I gotta look that up because I didn't know
That's
they
for
cast
DC.
something for her.
No, that was some of X-Men First Class. They casted
Uh,
Alexandria Ship. Yeah.
But like
uh,
but that's the thing. Like with Storm, and let me try to defend myself because I do agree that was some wild. I know it's wild what I said. I'm not trying to be offensive when I say it, but like on a mature level, the when we talk about Storm, like the background of the character, it's like you kind of get that flexibility. Honestly, they probably have whitewashed her before a lot in the past because it's like she African from Africa, and it's like if you want to go with that beautiful dark black complexion, I really could see it working, and it would be fine, and it would it would make
it'd be
sense.
beautiful.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful. It really would. It'd be beautiful. But it's like with Mr. Terrific, it just doesn't. It's like okay, like I can roll with it. Listen, I'm glad they at least kept them black. I'm not mad at that, but like you I don't know, man. Jonathan Majors could have just it just looked like it would have fit a little bit better, just the whole thing. And then like Derek said, he looked like a lemur and he got that I don't know. When they do the movie to the actor, I'm sorry if we get popping and you see this, but like to the actor, hopefully when they actually release the film, it'll look better. And then that's the thing, he got paint on his face, so you can't have like it's gotta like you don't want it blending all in. You know what I'm saying? Like let the M pop a little bit with this nigga. You can't even see the M really. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you can, but you can't. You it's they went dark with it. They went a little dark with it, but it's okay. Like I said, when the movie come out, I hope I'm wrong, because it is offensive what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just it caught me off guard. I'm like, oh they went and got a Wesley nigga over for this moment. Okay, this a Wesley Snipes. This
This the
nigga.
same nigga that was cool with a female Silver Surfer, by the way. Racist.
Wait, huh? He was what? With a
Ain't
female
you the
Silver
same nigga?
Surfer?
Yeah. You were like,
Yeah.
it could work. It could
That's
work.
that
Look at
It
Marvel,
this.
but
could.
that's the
You talking about,
thing.
look at this
Marvel
crispity
It could.
crunchy black nigga they got from Mr. T. I can't
Marvel
believe you.
Marvel don't go off. I mean, DC don't go off the script like Marvel do though. You just kind of have to accept it with Marvel. With DC, I mean, that's one thing I will kind of get them. They kind of get people that line up for I can't maybe it's an example where they haven't gotten characters that line up. Bro, if they had John Stewart, right? If it was Michael Blackson playing John Stewart, you telling me you want to just be like, okay, something
Michael
little.
Blackson would never play Jon
I
Stewart.
know, but like,
He's nothing but a show monkey for Hollywood. He's never going in movies.
if they got somebody like that, like just a
Dark
purebreded
skin?
African, just a pure, you want to look at that and be like,
No,
it's
I'll
a
be like,
little.
great. Because then finally we can have a dark. We can't even have black people playing the gods of Egypt in Hollywood. At least let us
Like
play
I
it.
said, if it's an African character, like I'm rolling with you with that. Like I said, with Storm is an African character. I think it would be wonderful if they brought in like a truly dark, dark, black, just beautiful black woman. I think that would be like that would be amazing. It would be I really am a fan of that idea of getting a really dark skinned black Storm. But it's just like for this specific character, for a character like John Stewart, I would it's kind of like whoa, like it's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of like whoa to me. It's like, whoa, what the wow, okay. It's cool, but it's like I would have thought that you would have got like a more chocolate black complexion as opposed to like jet black, like African jet black
Bro, you
complexion.
can't be worked up over a dark skinned Mr. Terrific this much. This is
No,
like
he
a
just
5 million
looked he
range.
looked goofy. He just looked goofy too. That's the other thing. You just said he looked like a lemur. It's
He
not that you
do, but I
even
mean, damn.
disagree with me with that point. All
It's
right, I'm
Mr.
done.
Terrific. Who give a fuck?
I want Jonathan Majors to go to DC and to kill it in a role and
They gonna make
Marvel.
him the bronze tiger. He ain't about to be no damn dark side.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. He kind of looked like Darkseid though.
Mm.
That nigga's not playing dark side. They're not gonna let him play a big bad. He gonna be a street level
I'm
nigga.
looking at a picture of Darkseid right now. You definitely can make Jonathan Majors look like Darkseid.
Jesus Christ. He would be
Next
a
topic,
hell of
bro.
a dark side. Next topic.
Yo, pull up a picture of Darkseid. Tell me you couldn't see it. They just had to get rid
I
of his
know.
lips.
I could see it. I could see it before I even look it up, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I could really see him being Darkseid.
I could see it.
No,
No, but
the
I,
perfect dark side is Ving Rhames,
Is he alive?
the dad from Baby Boy. Yeah, he's still doing Arby's commercials.
the
Oh,
dad
it
from
was
Baby Boy
the
is
dude from Green
crazy.
Mile. The dude from
Yeah,
Green Mile died. Michael Clark Duncan. That's who died.
Oh, damn.
yeah.
R.I.P.
He can't play no dark side. He played Kingpin and did a terrible job.
You know what I was gonna say before we end off this? I wish that Disney didn't fuck up with the nigga, the only nigga they had for the new Star Wars trilogy. I can't remember his name right now.
Jonathan.
Is it Jonathan?
Jonathan. What's that
Hold
nigga
on, what
name?
happened? Can
I
y'all
said I
update
wish
me on
Disney
that?
did. I wish Disney didn't fuck up with the only black man, John Boyega. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
John
I wish
yeah,
Boyega.
they didn't fuck up with him, cause he
yeah.
is the
He the
same
new
level in which
Denzel.
He was
Yeah,
good,
that's what I was. I was just thinking about it. I was like, John Boyega might be it right now.
he should go to
Cause
DC.
it wasn't obviously we still got the Will Smiths, we still got the Denzels, they still cooking. But who's that new fresh face? And John Boyega, man, his acting skills, especially after that they cloned Tyrone. After I seen him in multiple different other roles, yeah, I wish they didn't fuck it up with him. He probably could have been a nice Kang
He hit the
replacement.
Viola Davis.
Did y'all see
I
him and Woman King with Viola Davis?
no,
Nah, he was good in
Mm-mm.
that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let y'all know the movie is terrible.
but his
But that
acting.
nigga, of course, the acting wasn't bad. It was just like this shit over the top. Viola Davis did her. I don't think she's that great of an actress. I'm gonna just say it right now. All she do is cry every movie and got snot running down her fucking nose, and she's screaming and overacting. Anyway, Jonathan Boyega plays the king in that movie. And that nigga had me convinced he was an actual African king. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
like
yo, this
that.
nigga, bro, the accent, the way the nigga was carrying himself, all that. I'm like, bro, he need to be in more shit like this, where he's in a position of power.
Y'all see that movie Breaking? I had to look it up because I haven't seen it. It's on my list to watch. But you ever seen that movie or like a trailer at least for that movie Breaking with him?
Mm-mm.
That the trailer alone, I was like, yo, this man is acting. Like he really is. I agree with y'all. He is a really good actor.
Really good ones.
I need to watch both of them. I need to watch that and that woman, the Woman King. I need to watch both of them.
Well, they got some. I don't think he's coming back because after what they did with him to Star Wars, I don't blame him for not coming back.
Marvel
So
dropped the ball with black characters.
yeah, they're dropping the ball with Blade as we speak. Sadly enough, but that's a conversation for another day. Which I think that they will bring back
Wesley
Wesley
Snipes.
Snipes and doing a send off movie for him instead of actually doing the Mahershala Ali. Because these niggas can't even write a fucking Blade script. How you Marvel fucking studios. This is the one thing. This is the one gripe. All right, I might got me on with Marvel. How the hell do you fuck up Blade, bruh? All he does is kill vampires.
I think it was
Kill
just because
vampires.
they didn't want that. They wanted Deadpool to be the first R-rated movie. The reality is what they knew, and I think they still know with Blade, it has to be a rated R movie.
Yes, it
And
does.
they did not want that to be Blade. They
You about
wanted
to have
that
me
to be
crash out.
Deadpool.
You about to have me crash out. You want the white man to win first? I'm playing. It's like no. Let's go to the
I
next
I
topic.
feel like
Have
I
they
me crash out.
mean,
for R-rated movie. I heard I heard they went through like 6 scripts or some shit because they were like Blade wasn't even the main character, and it was like some
Nigga, he was talking for most of it. It was only 20 minutes of fighting scenes from the first script that they did. Niggas was like,
yeah.
"What
But I
the
mean
fuck is
that's from
this?"
the. But you got to realize a lot of these Marvel movies are all trying to build off of one story. I feel like they all try to build like phase 1 and 2. It was all like each movie ties into these Avengers. I feel like they can stop doing that. Like it's Blade, it's Spider. Like these movies, these niggas don't have to save the world. Show them stopping, like show them going on a mission. Like have a movie just be like one night or some shit. I don't know.
Once they started the Avengers movies, they had to start tying them in. They had to. You have
But
to
Blade
tie
don't
them in
have to
because you
be
can't
like,
you can't just do an Avengers movie and not have tie-ins and in order to give people little trinkets of information and then
bro,
just expect to be able to get all that information within a 2-hour movie. That motherfucker gonna be 3 hours plus
Rob,
if
though,
they're really trying to do it.
to Derek's point, though, they already had a setup for Blade to be kind of like a separate thing
They
because
did.
remember at Eternals, they had what was that dude named Jon Snow was playing? The
Ebony
Blade.
little
Blade.
yeah, like they was supposed to have him have some type of like
What Blade?
Yeah, and that would have been that would have been that you had the Eternals movie already done, so it's not like it's coming out of nowhere.
I
And
Do
think that
y'all
then
they I
know?
think that they're trying to like kick out the Eternals movie
they did, they done.
because of so negative, so much negative reception. Which I don't think it deserved that much negative
I don't
reception. I thought it
either.
was a cool movie. I thought the effects was top tier in any Marvel
Yeah.
Yeah,
movie. I'm not gonna lie.
for a
So,
fact.
and the story was man,
It
but
was
I
a man,
mean,
but it was okay. I mean,
it was cool.
it's cool.
It
I
had its
But
ups,
agree.
though.
did y'all see? Y'all listen to this dude Nerdrotic on YouTube? Anybody?
I think so.
Nope.
Heard of his name before.
Bro,
Mm-mm.
so he knew he has like his ear to the ground with a lot of this shit from Marvel and DC because he's got a lot of people in these places that work there. They've been saying that Marvel has been quietly cleaning house because they had so many writers and producers that did not know about the comics and didn't even care about doing much research. That's why they were like, yo, like a lot of the movies we were getting were written and written by people that didn't even know who like a lot of basic heroes were. Like let's say we talk about like how you talk about Null. They'll just know Spider-Man and Mary Jane and Venom. They wouldn't know Hobgoblin, wouldn't know Carnage or all this other stuff. Like we have people writing movies that don't know or don't care to know
Yeah.
about the comic lore.
Thor.
That's
But they
crazy.
the report is that they've been cleaning house at Marvel, like trying to get people in there that have some type of idea of what's going on. And I'm like, yo, there's niggas on YouTube that are literally reading comics and trying to break shit down to like how the MCU can put it together. Like those are the people y'all need to hire for your
Yeah.
movie. Like not no random ass, oh, I wrote a movie with with Scorsese 20 years ago. I'm perfect for this. It's like, no, my nigga, like
Get you a comics explained and tap the fuck, lock the fuck in. Comics explained to had these niggas on the up and up in less than 2 months, nigga.
Like,
2 months.
yo,
This nigga is
oh, and
an
they said Kevin
encyclopedia.
Feige. They said Kevin Feige was apparently there's like some casting or something, or Kevin Feige wasn't on board with one of the castings that they made. I think he wasn't on board at first with Deadpool and Wolverine or some shit, or the Robert Downey Jr. casting as Doctor Doom. But they're like, Marvel understands that they dropped the ball with having so many TV shows that haven't done well. They're like, yo, like we've been putting out too many TV shows. We got to stop this shit.
I think it's because Kevin Feige also got more of a hand in everything now. They're slowing the production so that he does have the time to be able to have a hand in everything. So it only benefits them going further because this is the same way how the first four phases was for Marvel. He had a hand in probably not them fucking Thor movies, but everything else, everything else it seemed like he had a hand in and at least guided it. And Avengers Ultron,
you
but
know,
we won't speak on that either.
you know what I think? Like, I feel like what started that, what you just spoke to, D, about like the idea trying like of how much the Hollywood side goes away from the comic books. I really feel like X-Men kind of like they messed it up. Like they did great movies, they did bad movies, but like when they first started, I remember that was like a big thing about the X-Men movie, like the OG ones. They did not
Mm-hmm.
want it to be anything like the comic books. It was like a big point to the point where I'm pretty confident it was either Hugh Jackman or one of the other actors, the original cast actors, was saying like they forbade them from like if you know like they had we obviously know they had top tier actors for X-Men, and like those actors are the type of actors that's like let me read up on the character that I'm going to be playing. Like they're those types of actors where they're like, I really want to get into what the character is all about. And they were told
Bro,
they can't read any comic book material before
It's
they
really
made
penny pinching.
yeah,
because
They
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 the
don't want
thing
to
is,
pay the
at the
original
time,
comic writers.
it's too much influence too. That's the reason they had that black leather. That's when the Matrix shit was popping. So
yep,
you're as Marvel, you're already afraid of, oh, we can't translate these suits to look good on screen. And 20 years later, we see Wolverine in brown and tan, and we like, this shit could have worked
20
the
years.
very first movie.
Yep.
We this shit with the mask could have been worked. Then we look at first class, everybody got on yellow and it's like jet suits. It's like, yo, like y'all could just wear y'all X-Men suits and it would
Yep.
work. Because then you look at something, and the thing that kills me is they don't have anybody there to tell them this shit in the studio. Because John Berthal says when he was cast as Punisher, he went to comic book stores and he's like, he's just going in, just grab. He's like, he's just grabbing shit to read for Punisher. You mean to tell me nobody in Marvel was like, you know what, this is the direction, this is the best Punisher comic we have. Read this to understand the Punisher's side of why he's angry about this, about doing this and this, about which guns he's gonna get. He said he went to a comic book store and the owner of the comic book store was like, oh shit, you were just cast as Punisher. Here, these are the comics you need to read. Read this one for this. And he's like, he just gave him a stack of comic books, like, yo, here you go. Do not fuck this character up. So
Nah.
they don't have anybody with passion for these characters, but the actors, it seems like. It's like y'all don't have a producer, y'all don't have a director to be like, hey, you know what? We just casted you as fucking Lizard, or we just casted you as Spider-Man. Read the Amazing Spider-Man from the 60s. Read this so you can understand why Peter jokes around as he's fighting. Read this to understand his relationship with Aunt May. Or read the it's like, yo, why don't y'all have that shit in place?
It's the most common sense thing, and it's just something that lacks with not just Marvel, like with a lot of the studio like heads. They just for some reason are like, oh, we want to make an original piece of content. And it's like, well, you still can, but can the actors at least know what they
Who
working
they're
with?
playing, the source
Yeah.
material, and not from what you're trying to twist probably what they are, especially with the Thor character. I'm gonna keep bringing that shit up
Yeah,
because that
dude.
shit's pissing me off. All right, enough
Bro.
of
Hulk
Marvel.
too.
One
Hulk
more
is
thing
just as
about
bad.
Thor.
Hulk too.
I understand it was a callback to like Norse mythology, having Thor being fat and drunk because that's basically what he was in mythology. But
Hmm.
I'm like, you all from Thor 1, a lot of people didn't like the movie, whatever. But you had Thor in that bitch beating Frost Giant's ass, swinging that fucking hammer, flying through the mouth of fucking demigorgons and shit. And then we get this nigga adopting god killer kids, dancing to bullshit, letting Asgard fall. It's like, bro, if anything, I felt like they really could have turned Thor around after he killed Thanos to have him be like a very strict like god, bro, we have not seen this nigga serious at all. After he killed
So
Thanos, he should have had Asgard on lock. He should have had them niggas training all types of shit. Like, yo, we will never have this shit
Happen
ever happen
well,
again.
again.
here's the problem with the whole Thor thing though. Like y'all said before, they don't read the material, they don't look into stuff. Thor 3 and the third and fourth Thor movie was directed by Taika Waititi, who literally is all
Yeah,
about jokes. And one thing he said, I did not read this material and I'm only doing this for the money. Like he does not care. That's the problem with Disney and Marvel. They've been hiring people that do not care about the
yep.
material. That's why, honestly, they need to reach out to the comic book heads. They need to reach out to some of these content creators that's heavy on their comic information, like that read this stuff, so that they can even if like the director or anyone does not read the material, bring someone in that does, that can read over the script and be like, no, you got to go this route. This is what's supposed to happen. If you trying to be close to comic book accurate, you got to follow this path right here. But that's the issue. Money talks, and they're going. What they're going to do is get the best person for the job, or try to get the best person for the job, which is never the right move to make.
Thor don't even have his accent.
No, because if you remember
That's so wild.
Thor 1 and 2, he was serious about everything he did. 3 and 4, like after that, like what was it? 1, 2, then like the Avengers movies and everything, they tried to make him funny. Thor's not funny. He's not. Not at all. Like he may have a quip here and there if he's talking to somebody, but they were literally trying to make the movies hilarious.
It's like his fish out of water story is like always ongoing. It's like, yo, first movie, y'all could have kept it as a fish out of water, and then he later learned. But it's like he's never once acted like a god of thunder or a nigga that should be ruling a fucking what's that shit called? Asgard? What is it
Yeah.
called?
Uh, I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
Realm.
Yeah.
Like he's the god of a whole realm. Like my nigga, beyond Earth, like there's more than this. Beyond other universes, this nigga is the king of realm, and y'all got him joking around and doing shit. It's like, bro, like Thor and Hulk should be the niggas that have like, bro. I don't know. I feel like
Thor is
if
like the
anything,
Marvel's the Superman kind of like figure in a way. Like I know there's other people that power wise fit it better, but to your point, D, it's like Thor is supposed to be like a like a god. Like he's supposed to be that figure that is like leadership and like no BS. No, I'm not joking around. I'm here to either whoop ass or I'm here to keep things in check. And
bro,
nothing is shown that. He couldn't even
Marvel,
keep Asgard protected and then what? You got him sinking into depression?
yeah. Another thing Marvel dropped the ball on, y'all could have had Thor. He could have met Hulk at that world or whatever. But if, in all honesty, he could have left Hulk right there, and then that could have been like, damn, he didn't bring Hulk, but that would have set up the story later. Because then it's like, yo, the more time Hulk's been there, the angry he could have got.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they could have shown, oh, they. I feel like at this point they could have broke the glass and had a World War Hulk movie. That way, if everything needs to be set, it's like, yo, who gonna stop the Hulk now? Bam. Then you got a serious Thor coming and do some shit. But it's like, bro, World War Hulk could have been that emergency break the glass movie when shit like this is hitting the fan. 'Cause it's like, yo, what are we gonna do now? Oh, just have Hulk come back. Have that ship that took him to that planet, have that ship blow up, kill his wife, and him thinking his son is dead too, and then he just come back to Earth and fuck shit up. And
They
that's all y'all
gave
could.
they gave Hulk too much sentimental value too early when he was in his Hulk form. They gave him too
Yes.
much
Now,
sentimental
would that be
value.
the blame of Black Widow for that? Them doing that?
That
No,
lullaby
It
ain't
would be
even
no.
the
work.
blame of both Black Widow and I think it was somebody. Was it somebody else too, or am I bugging?
I don't even think that because I feel like to D's point, bro, the
Why are
fact
you
that it
giving?
was smart, it was smart
Yeah.
for them to do the cameos with the Hulk while they didn't have the rights to the Hulk, but that should have been set up in a way where to D's point, they could bring like once they did have the rights, they can bring him in and it could push everything further along. Kind of like what's happening with Spider-Man. It should be something like that that's happening now that they have the rights to the Hawk, where it's like, oh, this is a big narrative shifter. Like, we don't know which way to go. All right, let's tell this unique story with the Hawk. Like when even up to Endgame, when we lost Black Widow, that they could have had a movie that showed the rage of this character losing this person who he loves, and that could have been more of a World War Hawk movie instead of what they did with throwing him in with Ragnarok. They could have had him just having an emotional break. The what's his name that play him? Mark Ruffalo. Mark
Mm-hmm.
Ruffalo is a good actor. He is one of those actors that can tap into different showing different emotions in an acting role. He could be hilarious, he can be serious, he can be sad. Like he has a career of very diverse films. Why couldn't after the Scarlet Witch or the Scarlet Witch after the Black Widow thing happened, did we see him rage out in his depression? And you could have made a really good narrative around that. You could have even brought in the idea of, okay, this is why what's his name?
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah, this could be the reason why Thunderbolt Ross went into some of the things that it seemed like he's going to be going into with this Captain America movie. It would have you would have had a whole background kind of lead up to why that would have been the case that he's so serious about the way that he is and the way that he feel, which is comic book accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have had that. And if like that's the thing, going back to shout out to Comics Explain again. He just recently, like not too long ago after the Captain America trailer came out, he gave a breakdown of Thunderbolt Ross, and I didn't really know like the history of the character as like more or less like a standalone. And
Mhm.
after understanding that, he goes back to like Nick Fury in his army days and like stuff like that. it does not feel like this character is something that is accurately displayed in the MCU based off everything that they showing with like this Captain America movie. It seemed like a big chunk of the identity of the character is left out. A Hawk movie could have solved all of that.
Mm-hmm.
One movie.
bro. And I know we stuck on this topic, but it's like, bro, that Hulk movie, World War Hulk, is literally You know how many cameos they could have put in that movie? Nigga, Ghost Rider trying to stop
Century.
him. Thor trying to stop him. And then it's like, yo, if you have Sentry, like they could have been like, you know what? World War Hulk, let's break the glass on this Sentry character too. Let's have him like we in this lab. And then what happens? Sentry comes out, breaks Hulk, like beats like I guess well they fight to a standstill, right? Then it reverts back to Bruce Banner. So it's like, yo, we're like, oh shit, this dude just stopped the Hulk, boom, boom, boom. And then that's when you introduce Sentry and the Void. It's like, okay, what we just introduced some shit, but we can't even control it. And that way you got Bruce Banner back as Hulk. That way you could have had your the fight with him on the moon with Black Bolt. The fight with him. Granted, we didn't have Iron Man, but it's like you could have had so many of these characters in here trying to stop the Hulk, and with nobody succeeding, that shit would have been crazy. That movie would have been nuts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They
Imagine
dropped the ball on a lot, dude. They really have.
the intro scene for that movie that Derek was just describing. Nigga go to the moon, pack them niggas up. Nigga sits there, gets down, crouches down, jumps, and heads straight to Earth, head first type shit. Hit that shit with a punch, just blow that all the surroundings up. Nigga just come back on shit, bruh.
Bro, and you
Bro,
could have
but you
had
know
him
what's
in front of the Xavier house. Yeah, bro. Come
you
on
know what's
now.
crazy by the time yeah, if they had like rights to X-Men and shit, it's like, bro, like you know how in Man of Steel, like we had that 15 minutes or whatever of them on Krypton. Like the World War Hulk movie could have literally just been Hulk, like he's king of Sakaar or whatever, doing all this shit, and then like the last 30 seconds, the plane blow up, and they cut to like his face or some shit or whatever. Bam. Then it cuts to him, like Rob said, landing on the moon, facing Black Bolt. It's like, bro, like that movie, all them cameos, all of that shit. Like Rob said, jumping off the moon, heading towards Earth. It's like, bro, like what the fuck?
All of that, just the ball dropped on it. Now they trying to do, and then the wild part is to add insult to injury. A lot of the things that we saw, it's like they teased us by showing it with a different character. So you take the whole thing, like that whole thing with Scarlet Witch, that could have just been done. You could have used those same characters and just done that with a Hawk movie. You same thing that's about to well, probably is about to happen with Captain America. And I'm excited for that movie. But the same thing that happened with that's more than likely meant to happen in that movie. You could have had that with this character. Uh Now you got Century in the idea of the Century. I liked the Thunderbolts movie. I liked what I saw from it so far. I really did enjoy that little the teaser trailer or the leak trailer that we saw. I really did enjoy that. But now look where you got the Century. You got the Century on this reconnaissance team. And it's like, why do you have the Century? It's again, I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see how it pans out. And I do think that it's a nice cast to introduce. It's like they could bring some they could really do some damage, even though like a lot of them again kind of fall more under that reconnaissance kind of vibe. The fact that they got the Sentry on it, I am excited because it's like you got a heavy hitter still on the team. You got a real heavy hitter still on the team. But it's weird. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird. It's not the Dark Avengers. It's not like that level of a team. It's not uh uh what was Norman Osborn's Avengers team called? Was that the
Uh,
Defenders?
I think so.
It's not the Defenders. It's not the characters with that same like intensity and the same like level of all around just brute. It's not that. It's a recon. You got Bob Reynolds, the Sentry, Marvel's was argued as being Marvel's Superman, or can be argued as being like Marvel's Superman. You got
Yeah.
him on a reconnaissance team now because y'all just couldn't make a script where you fit him in properly. Eh, yeah. It is frustrating. It's frustrating. It's our frustration with Marvel as comic book fans. Like all of us have this.
Hopefully they fix their wrongs because they introducing them now, which leads me to believe they're gonna drop a lot more high bangers back to back more. That's what they fucked up in after Infinity War Endgame. You already on this cliff. You're supposed to keep building on the cliff as if we didn't just build up to something. We're still building on shit. And the bullshit that transpired, like they had multiple different easy ways to do it. I don't know what the fuck. Probably because of the money. Probably because of the money.
In direction, like you said, maybe us getting Kevin Feige like a little bit more direct in these roles can correct some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Hopefully. I am perplexed that every time we talk anything Marvel, we always get past the hour. It perplexes me every single time. But you know
Mm-hmm.
what? Fuck it. We love Marvel. We love our
Mhm.
comics. We just want to see them niggas succeed. That's it. Let's switch it over to anime. We got a really heavy anime pod. We could go through real quick with some of the most recent things. My Hero has ended. It has ended for I want to say 2 to 3 weeks. We got the JJK recent chapter, Kaiju number 8 is on the heater right now, and Boruto the leaks dropped, and that motherfucker is on the heater as well.
Yeah.
Let's dive into My Hero. How did y'all feel about that ending?
Yeah.
Buns,
Yeah.
No.
booty cheeks. That's
Yeah.
how I
No.
feel
It
too.
was okay.
That's how I feel too. I'm kind of hyped. He got the little like spoiler alert. I'm kind of hyped. He got the little robotic suit, kind of like All Might's in the last battle. But at the same time, this nigga was speaking like he was the top hero still in the fucking beginning chapter, bro. I swear, Boruto do this shit to me.
I
Like
hope
how they got
not.
the intro of the shit, my
Please
nigga.
don't even
I
say
might
it.
crash
I
out,
hope they
nigga.
Don't
do.
I might
even say
crash out
that.
because you made it hyped up so much, so fucking much that this nigga was about to be the top hero. Niggas been making memes, TikToks about this nigga like he work at fucking Whataburger while fucking what's his homie with the firecracker quirk? I can't remember the nigga name.
Bakugo.
Or Bakugo. While his Bakugo is the number one hero out here, or Shoto, one of them two. Like, come on,
It's so
bruh.
bad that it's so bad that I like honestly can't tell people that's like in the middle of the anime or only watch the anime to keep watching. It's that bad. Like it's I don't it feel like a major letdown. Like it just that's what it feels like. Like Deku was supposed to be bro, he's supposed to be the next All Might. I get it. They beat the big bad. But he's supposed to be
The last one, technically,
yeah, like
the
in
next
the
and the last one, and
yeah, he's supposed to be like the like a you know how like usually the next one up is supposed to be like a progression.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be like if All Might was the symbol of peace, he was supposed to be like the symbol of peace and hope. Like he was supposed, and it's supposed to be like you really feel that in this character. Like, like I was expecting a scene where you see Deku, like young Deku, kind of like beating enemy that was somewhat strong and saving a little girl, and them somehow being able to tie that in to how he is the new symbol of hope. And now it's like he gotta teach heroes out of a school how to be something that before didn't look like it could be taught. But now he just magically is gonna teach that.
So,
He's gonna teach them how to be inspired.
well, my thing is with Deku's like his, you could say his quirk is his brain at this point because he's utilizing that ability to be able to analyze everybody's quirk, what it could be used for, how not to use it. Like he's able to analyze that because I noticed that a little bit like it's like it was a callback from in the beginning when before he went to UA, he always had like a book talking about different people's abilities. So
Hmm.
he can utilize that. Like, let's say he never got the armor. If they would have did that with him, I would have been fine. He's a part of their intelligence team, not just some teacher. Like an intelligence
Yeah,
team, like,
but he the symbol of ingenuity. You telling me when you first started watching the show, you thought Deku was gonna be the symbol of ingenuity, the
oh no,
symbol of engineering.
oh no.
You know
I
what
already
I'm
knew that.
saying?
But I'm just saying, like it's better than him just becoming a daggone teacher. Like, let him have some bigger role in like the government or something, helping the heroes, actually doing something. Now he's at the point of inspiring our next set of heroes that's coming up.
Did this
Uh,
nigga get a statue? I don't think so.
Yeah, he
mm-mm.
did. Not
He
one
did.
alone, though. Not it's not a statue that's alone. It's a statue with all of them. And Deku. And the sad part is, even in the statue, Deku like a side piece.
Bruh. We have to infer that he's still with his shorty, or actually even
No,
got with that. I don't even know if
no,
that
they
even
didn't.
happened. So basically,
She
you
moved
telling
on.
me this nigga went through all of this trial and turmoil, getting
Shigaraki
hunted,
won.
just because this nigga was given a quirk by inhaling this nigga piece of hair, swallowing it. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And this is absurd for this to be the
T.
ending. This ending is so bittersweet, bro.
The
It,
villain won to me.
it's like a slap in the face. Why he go through all of this just for it to be like this, and he over here content? No, nigga, go plus ultra, you whole ass nigga.
What if somebody else sort of like? Let's just look at it. Let's look at it for like a what if, right?
This is yeah.
What if another person emerged with the one for or all for one quirk? You don't even have somebody who could beat that person at this point.
Damn Skippy.
Now let's rewind. Let's say that the series was around Shigaraki's grandma when she was the one who had one for all, right? And you go through the story of All Might. You had the previous hope, then transition into the current hope. And if the series ended, let's say let's say that you go through the whole Stars and Stripes arc, you go through the previous All for One or One for All Vestige. Her name was like Nani or something like that. I just can't remember it. But no, not Nani. But she was the one that had the float quirk, like
Yeah,
the OG float quirk. You have her death. That's like the first arc. The second arc is a young All Might. Then like the third arc is where he kind of like first takes down uh
all for one.
right, and then you have like the last arc be where he's in America and he's inspiring Stars and Stripes. You making like it makes sense of like there's always this person. As far as that series, if this hypothetical series will go, it would like the theme of there's always somebody who can like inspire, who can be there to be a symbol of hope for everyone. You like that person still can solidify and be a embodiment of that role by the time you got to the arc with Stars and Stripes. And by the time, let's say it ended after that, by the time it concluded with Deku, you have all of those things. You have him being able, they even said at one point in the series, he has the ability to bring his superpower is his ability to be able to draw the most out of the people around him. And it's like, yes, in a way, you do get him doing that by being a teacher, but I think you would have had you like I think it's more realistic to see him doing that by having to go through the same things that the people he inspiring are having to go through. But now with him as a teacher, it's going to be a whole generation that's not like the next generation up after the ones that like the ones that wouldn't have seen him beat um One for All and Shigaraki, the ones that would have no like would have never have seen anything like that. It's like how can I even take this guy seriously when all he could do is teach. He doesn't have a quirk, he doesn't have any powers. He got this suit. Yeah, I know they said back in the day he was that boy, but I have never seen that. Like, how much can you actually bring out the most of people when you in that role? Like, and again, and I know in like everyday life that's absolutely possible, but also in everyday life and like the real world, we also don't have superpowers flying or like superheroes flying around. But in this world, they do exist, and they are like the best. You ever hear like that expression? The best way to teach a person is to show them something
Hmm.
like that. You ever heard like something along those lines? Like in this world, for however that would exist, Deku can't show him. He just could teach him at this point. And wear a mech suit, which could probably take lower, like he could inspire lower level villains. But if it ever were to be something like a all for one again, I don't know how much he actually providing like inspiration and hope for them. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm done.
I said I have
It
enough.
is.
I had
It
enough.
is one of those. I don't know. It was a bittersweet ass ending. So we can go to JJK since that has been going all over the place. Plus, honorable mention Chainsaw Man. I gotta tap back into it. I watched the first season of the anime. I have to tap back into the manga. It kind of got a little wacky, but it seems like everybody is on board with that manga as well as one of the heavy hitters right now. But JJK is most definitely a heavy hitter. I want to make a statement. T thought that it was about to be a talk no jutsu, but no, sir,
Thank
you were
God.
wrong.
Thank
These
God.
niggas talked a little bit, but they went right back to fighting because that's what gay is best for.
Thank
He's always
God.
good for a good hell of a fight, which I love. It's somehow how he writes where even if we get a flashback or for instance, what happened in this chapter is Yuji talking to Megami and actually getting him out of his funk type of thing. It never took out of the action of what was going on between the fight between Yuji and Sukuna.
Now I got a
And
question.
that's oh go ahead.
I was gonna say I got a question about that scene when they show young Megami. Um, isn't that the same moment where he met?
With him and Gojo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So was that inside the
It's
domain?
inside
It
it's
was
supposed it's implied that it's inside the domain. Either that or the domain assisted Yuji in actually connecting more with Megami's soul so that he can bring him out of his funk.
got you.
So supposedly his domain is since we've seen technically some of this curse technique going on throughout with Yuji unconsciously knowing, but him with Toto is probably the prime example, and probably him with his brother. I can't Choji, I
Chozo.
believe
Chozo.
Chozo
Chozo.
Chozo. So even at that, him and Choso are actually brothers, but him and Toji didn't have no, and it was just from him fighting. Yuji probably didn't know that because he was on the brink of getting fucked up. The nigga was head down, and that's when Toji had this reawakening or recognition that Yuji was his brother. But this is just that times 100. Now he's actually able to touch people's souls, pull certain memories out of these people, and actually able to connect with them and deal them damage that not regular reverse curse technique can heal. They said, I believe Sukuna said, it's harder for him to heal anybody. For anybody, it's harder for them to heal soul damage in comparison to just physical damage that they
Mm.
face on the battlefield, type of thing. So I think with that, because I think he opened it again in this recent chapter, didn't he? Like he opened it the first time, then they niggas started walking and talking, and then Sukuna tried to reopen his, and Yuji reopened his, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I
Could
think it
be
was
off
open the
memory.
whole time.
Open the whole time.
I just think it, yeah, like I feel like I don't know whether you said it, Rob, or somebody else said it, but I feel like his domain is just like a Sakuna trap. It's just like a giant Sakuna trap. Like if Sakuna try to like it's gonna be something where I and T, you might not like this, but I actually do think it's really good writing. I think the one thing that Yuji can beat Sakuna with, and it's almost like bulletproof in a way, is if his domain forces you to have to feel some form of love. And that's the thing. Like if Sakuna can't truly open himself up to like a loving heart, he's going like the domain is gonna just be able to reverse or tank anything that Sakuna throws at it, including a domain expansion. It's
Mm,
just I think he gonna be able to like he just gonna be able to maneuver past it all. Like I think it's literally a Sakuna trap. Cause that's the thing. What's the one thing that Sakuna can't do?
Can't impact souls like Yuji can.
Yeah, but even further than that, like all of the ways that Yuji has been able to impact people's like souls has been like in a loving, like he is a loving part. He don't even want to do this to Sakuna. Like that's why he had the whole walk. Like he is a loving person. He reaches people's hearts and people's souls. Like it's both of them in a way. And I think that that's what they trying to kind of, or Gege is kind of trying to get at is so whether Sakuna likes it or not, Yuji's gonna pull. He's gonna pull at like the idea of his heart and like the love, like the loving angle, and like why Yuji has the love that he has is gonna almost become like a power in a sense. And that's why I said I don't know T if you would like that, but I think that it's
mm,
almost gonna be like influence in the power that he is about to have. It's like a combination of the ability to pull on the soul
mm-hmm,
that he can. It's going to be a combination of his ability to have like a heart towards people and to actually love people and things. And then it's going to also be that power of the black that he has, like his ability to be able to tap into like the black fist like never like nobody has and jiu-jitsu history, like all of those elements to Yuji, I feel like are going to come together. And it's like Sukuna can't do anything about it unless Sukuna were to try to change his heart or change his character. Cause like, correct me if, and one of the things that kind of like led me into thinking this a little bit, Yuji didn't have hatred to before Mahito, right? He didn't really like have
Mahito.
hatred towards Mahito. He didn't have hatred towards curses like that, right?
Yeah,
Or
no, right?
mm.
Oh no,
because
because the curse had to kill his friends first. First episode or whatever, his friends almost got killed by the curses, so he killed them shit.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he did what he had to do, but it wasn't until like didn't he really he was like, you know what? I hate curses. Like I can't. You're right, Mojito. I
Oh
can't have
yeah, when he blew
the
that nigga up, and then
but,
him and
but
Sukuna was laughing at that nigga. Yeah.
yeah, but before that, he wasn't like he wasn't trying to hate curses, and I think that in a weird way that's almost like part of Yuji's power is his ability to not harbor such a like a resentful and hateful heart. And if you wind that into his domain expansion, I don't see how Sakuna can do anything about that. As a heartless person, like if everything that if the conditions on the domain, because remember how they were if you go back to when Yuji was talking to what was like the god thing's name, the ugly looking thing that they were
Makugara.
protecting.
Maharaga.
Nah, not Maharaga, even though that was
Oh,
ugly too.
Tengen.
Tengen. Remember
Mm.
how Tengen was saying before when he was explaining like domains, he was like, yeah, back in the day, they just had like simple conditions on their domains. Like you have to do this in order to get past the domain. And they would use it to kind of like wear their enemy down. I feel like that's how Yuji's, especially with Yuji being like a simpler mind and also being like the newest sorcerer and like not having all of the complexities to sorcery that all of like that a lot of the other sorcerers, if not all of the other sorcerers have. I feel like Yuji is just going to do one of those simple old school domains, and the condition is going to be something like You gotta love. Like you gotta have a loving heart. If you can't, anything you do is going to be nullified. You combine that with his ability to hit souls, and combine that with his love by with him being loved by the black, which I really do believe is like part and parcel to domains, because you notice every time they pop one of those domains, the circle that they in, it's black, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a black circle. It's a black circle. So if Yuji tied to the black and the domains is a black circle, he about to have like the most ultimate domain, because he like part and parcel with souls, part and parcel with the black. Yeah, bro. I think this is it. I really do think we finally here. It's I don't and I actually see a way where, remember how before I was complaining for almost a year, I was like, it's no way they could beat him. Like they not showing any way to be able to beat Sukuna. Like how can they beat Sukuna? This is it. Like this explains it all.
Yep.
This explains everything perfectly. Oh, all of the elements to Sukuna that Sukuna really has nothing for is just about to be a part of this man's domain. That's it. That's all I got. I ain't trying to. I know every topic I'm spieling. That's why I'm trying to
My,
stop y'all.
my thing is this. It's like at the end, like, are they still when they're throwing hands? Are they still in that domain, or is it like
Yeah,
done?
they're still in it the whole
They're
time.
still in it.
That's what I was.
So
Yeah, I just read it again. And I was right.
so
They in it the whole time, bro.
so my thing is this. I understand that Yuji has the ability to touch souls. I'm wondering if when they come out of this domain, will he finesse a move where Sakuna ends up back inside his body compared to Megami? And then Yuji just pretty much, like I said, like he sacrificed himself or whatever to save everybody.
They're
That's like kind of one of my thoughts. Like, is he going to reach a point while he's in that domain, he's going to successfully get Sukuna out of Megami's body and get him into his body?
a
Sakuna's
good
going to hell.
point.
What'd you say?
That I mean, but T is right. That's a good
Sakuna's going
point.
to hell.
No,
Either that or I
I
think
understand he is, but I'm saying like that could be a condition for that to end. Sakuna has to switch out of Megami and come back to
he already
Yuji.
gave him that, and Sakuna gave him his answer. He said no, nigga.
Yeah, but the
So
idea Yuji
he gonna
trying to
have to go
force
to
it
hell.
if it means saving Megami.
And then on top of that, I really think that, especially because I don't know how confident y'all are. I still think the merger monster is coming. I don't know.
I agree with you.
I'm kind of scared about Hikari. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The last time we seen him, it looked like Orame, Sakuna's little henchman, wasn't even breaking a sweat, and he looked like he was scuffed up. OD. Even with his luck, at some point in time, his luck got to run out. So I'm kind of
Okay.
scared for that nigga.
I strongly
Question.
So
hope that they don't give us a week hiatus, or like
it's still going. It's
or
coming out this Sunday.
no. I get that, but I'm just saying, even this Sunday, like the way it ended off with that, with it showing the finger wrapped in the
Hmm.
chains. I hope we don't get a 2 week break from that fight, and they
To
give us
see
the
something
Hikari
else.
fight. Yeah, and they give us the Hikari fight,
No.
because when they leave that off like that, I'm like, yo, what is that? Why is Sakuna's finger like wrapped up? Like, is that like something within the domain that they're going to come across? Are they foreshadowing something? Like, it is Yuji going to
Nigga
successfully
just gotta
punch,
wait another week.
bruh,
Yeah, it's a lot of
Wait another
questions.
bruh.
week.
It's a lot of questions behind it. Now, I do have a
Yo,
question for Rob, for all of y'all. Rob, I do agree with you. We can't just leave the merger monster. We can't just leave that. They got to do something with that, right? Now, I was thinking it has to be done through like Megami and Sakuna. But what if we do wrap Sakuna up right here, and before Sakuna gets wrapped up, he transfers the authority, because he should have the ability
To
to do that,
Urame.
to Harame. Harame does it out of spite because her everything was just killed. Like,
She knows that that's what Sakuna will want.
yeah, either just that or she just does it out of spite because she
Hmm.
doesn't know what to do without Sakuna. She could just be like, I want all of y'all dead. And if Sukuna couldn't pack y'all up, then I know I can't pack y'all up. But this merger monster should, and just unleash it at that point.
Right.
I think that from how this, because I'm looking at the panel right now, how it's looking, it kind of looks like Megami's shadow technique takes a portion of Sukuna's leg. I could be wrong. It could be just the blood splatter, or it could be Megami's thing, because it seems like the Ten Shadows technique has stopped functioning.
Wait, he can't
Um,
regenerate?
his one of his legs got taken, so it seemed that's what I'm saying. Like, if one of his legs got taken, I'm assuming that that's due to Megami using his curse technique, but I don't know it because it looks like in the panels that it came back, but I can't necessarily tell. I don't think it did. I'm just gonna assume that it didn't come back. I'm thinking that Megami is gonna repurpose Sakuna and use him as one of his shadow techniques and make it be the ultimate shadow. Since he can't use Maharaga got clapped, he can't use that. All the ones that I believe that were conjoined together that Sukuna ended up making, I think they all vanished because they got clapped by Gojo's purple.
And they
That's why
supposed
Sukuna
to
couldn't
come
use it.
back stronger, right?
I don't think they come back. I think once they get destroyed unless you get a new one under your wing. And what better one to have than Sukuna? And now if Megami is in control of it too, I don't know.
And you don't know especially because here's the thing too. Are we done seeing black flashes?
Oh, absolutely not.
So boom, remember with black flashes, they help that the person who's using them, especially a person who can use them consecutively, it's supposed to like kind of help you to unlock like even further your overall potential.
Hmm.
That's why Yuji been like leveling up as the fight been going on. So if this fight ends and let's say Yuji, let's say part of his domain even. I'm gonna take it a step further. Let's say part of his domain on some Gomu Gomu uh one Luffy One Piece type thing, Gatling, Gomu Gomu Gatling guns, T, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Where the domain starts just throwing black flashes at Sukuna.
I'm not gonna
And
lie.
now
I would probably cry laughing if that does happen.
Nobara is gonna be where that finger is, and she's gonna hit
maybe
that nigga with the
there's
soul.
that possibility too. But like let's say right before that happens, Yuji can unleashes some insane black flash like wave. It's like 37 chain black flashes, something crazy. When they do have to fight the merger monster, would that what level would that put Yuji on at that point? It might cost him his life. I'm thinking it would probably like whatever he does unlock, it would probably cost him his life. But like, yo, is he then really on that same like then would you have essentially Sakuna and somebody stronger than Gojo fighting this merger monster together if we going in line with the idea that Megami makes Sakuna one of his shadows? Then you got like that would and it kind of makes sense because if Yuji unlocks something crazy, I would be comfortable saying like and especially if it's done through what we've been told with the narrative where it's like the black flashes are the chain black flashes cause Yuji to have another evolution essentially in his sorcery power. And then Megami got Shadow Sukuna, that seemed like that should be enough to take the merger monster down. Like between the
Mm-hmm.
two of them,
True.
then you give all three of the like you know how with Naruto and a lot of series like they have like those three characters. You give Nobara would have been what actually took Sukuna down, and then Megami and Yuji would have been what took the what was a threat that was possibly greater than Sukuna down. And obviously Yuji played a huge role in taking Sukuna down as well. But it's like a combo. Ooh, Gigi cooking. does this go back to when does the fight with Sukuna go back to when Nobara and Yuji were fighting the blood paintings? Remember how they kind of like were working as a team?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have kind of like a almost like like you paying tribute to that fight with the two of them? Do you have something like that happen in the takedown of Sukuna? I feel like that's a fitting in for Nobara, especially because she was really dope during that arc.
That's a smoking gun. We haven't seen her in damn near 2, 3 arcs
She
now.
could be dead too. I mean,
I
that's the
don't, but that's
thing.
the thing. I don't think she is though, because
I
the
don't
way,
either.
They
like,
don't. They didn't specify it.
yeah, they
Hmm.
This
didn't.
the whole this the whole mojito slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nails. Yeah, she did.
I don't think she did.
Yo, like, but he could be right. She could just be dead.
They didn't
But they
specify it,
didn't
bruh.
confirm it
They
though.
do it for a reason. If you don't confirm that hoe, we know that nigga is still out there somewhere. It gotta be.
To watch her
Cause it's,
put like some magical just super nail through this finger of Sukuna, and then it's just
she been charging that bitch up since Gojo started fighting this nigga.
what doesn't her power like stop you if she get that nail driven through? Doesn't it
It
like can
gets transmitted back to the original copy. Or if I'm using the Mahito uh, thought process, then it gets transferred, and that's soul damage straight to Sukuna's soul that's already damaged enough by these dismantles that Yuji been cooking his ass with, bruh.
with a domain
To the point
expanded
where
Yuji
his body is
throwing?
starting to decompose right before our very eyes.
Who,
We've
Yuji
gotten
or
there.
Sukuna?
Sukuna.
Yeah, it is.
We're here. We are at the end. We
Y'all,
are
yo,
finally there.
I would like to go back and do a rewind episode so we can go back into all the takes. It was like niggas was like, I don't know how Yuji can get past this shit.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. And then time and time after again, this nigga came and rang the fucking bell, said, nigga, I'm here.
I
From
am him.
From Higamaru, whatever the
Higurumo.
judge, from that point till now, it has been masterfully woven. That's the
Everybody
thing. Like before
played
that,
a part.
I couldn't see anything, but like Gege really wrote this out. Like really wrote this out to where now because I really it took a while. It took literally up until now for me to see where there could be a path to defeat Sukuna. But
Hmm.
before that, I couldn't see any reason why Sukuna would lose. Now, yes.
JJK's cooking, man. New chapter coming out. No week hiatus, like some of my compadres are so
God.
upset about.
Oh, thank God.
I'm so upset about.
I'm just saying, I already gotta wait for Kaiju number 8 for another 11 days. So come on.
The wait be super suspenseful. I don't know how you get with a monthly manga then, cause them hold that wait. Now you want to talk about a wait, nigga? Wait a month,
Boruto.
29 days, 31 days for a damn chapter after leaving everyone leaving off on a cliffhanger. Matter of fact, I was
Well,
gonna
that's
talk
the
about
thing.
Kaiju number
Well,
eight.
my thing is, when it comes to like those month waits, you're at least getting 40, 50 pages of a manga.
That is true.
That's the thing.
That is true.
And
Has
they give you
Boruto
a
been doing that?
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
40,
Boruto
50
is 40
pages.
pages.
It's just
Uh,
so good it don't feel that long, huh?
Yeah.
It don't. You
Pause.
be flipping through the damn page. It's
Yeesh.
every chapter. We already on it. Every chapter. Boruto Two Blue Vortex. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's the Boruto Shippuden, as you say, of the whole entire series. This shit has been on a heater.
Yeah.
Straight
I'm telling you this
gas.
right now. If you love Naruto and you heard all of the rumors and everything like that, people hating on the hoe, being like, "Oh, they ain't doing no hand signs." They do hand signs in this motherfucker. They do hand signs in this motherfucker.
When does the
It
chapter come out?
In
comes out
two
the
days.
20th. It probably come out tomorrow. I think this is an early chapter release. I can't remember.
Bro, I gotta read that dialogue because I feel like it's a lot of important stuff.
Now my damn keyboard don't want to work. But nonetheless, this motherfucker has been on a heater. Don't sleep on it. Wow. you have the opportunity to jump on it. It's only 12 chapters and 40 pages each. A lot of content. A lot of those stakes that we've been missing from Naruto, and a lot of story and about getting real gritty and being a fucking ninja. Being a
Yo,
damn shinobi.
why do
It's
I feel like that? I feel like Koji Kenshin, whatever his name is, I feel like he
Sakakoji?
can. Yeah, I feel like he can undo this technique.
I don't think so.
I,
Nobody can.
I feel like it's a way.
He'll
I
be
see
stuck with
dead
it
people.
for the rest of his life. You can't do it. They already said
There's
it.
no chance
You
that.
can't do it. He has to deal with that. That's what makes the story so goddamn good. Cause he don't
Yo.
have to do this shit. But he is Naruto's son. He has to carry the torch. And niggas already don't believe that he's Naruto's son. Spoiler alert. But he has to do all of this shit just to keep the people that he loves and protects safe. Still,
Oh,
that's something exactly that not Naruto did for majority of the anime, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't truly until the pain arc till niggas really started to get hip to Naruto being all right. We can look. We can be
Yeah.
safe around this dude.
Yep.
We don't have to watch our backs or anything like that. And understand how many times this nigga technically saved the Hidden Leaf Village? Saved him from Gara, saved him from pain, probably saved it a numerous amounts of times after that. Like, bruh,
it's even people that don't love him.
Dang, and Naruto is going to be removed from the series until we get to the point of the first episode.
Yep,
Wow.
we ain't getting nothing for a while.
No
no Naruto
Naruto
or
for a
Sasuke.
while. And yeah, and I imagine that's what I
So
was just about to
my
say.
thing
I
is
imagine
this:
the
I'm
same with
okay with
Sasuke.
them doing that only for the simple fact that we actually get to see Boruto having to climb with no assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he trained with Sasuke, but Sasuke got packed up.
He trained with
And
Kashinkoji now.
now
Well,
he got
I understand he's trained.
Jiraiya.
I understand he got Jiraiya, but what I'm saying is like you actually see him like having to work.
Yeah.
He's not like in the one Boruto flick where he used the ninja tools and Naruto pretty much failed him out of the tuning exam when he noticed it. He has no extra tools. He has nothing. Like he has to work for everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
Literally learn the flying Rasen, learn everything under the sun. That's where I can give Boruto its props. I like great value Naruto, the first portion of Boruto. Eh, this
Yeah.
right here, this is peak. They fixed it. They fixed it. Now
Yeah.
I'm here for it because Boruto literally was great value Naruto. I'm gonna say that it was not. It was way more fillers than Naruto itself before they got to Shippuden.
Now they cooking. Kishimoto is in his gosh darn
Yo, did you
bag.
notice one of the clones was Shiki?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shiki who?
Shinky.
Yeah,
Shinky
Oh,
Shinky.
from
Shinky.
the Hidden Sand Village is Gaara's technically adopted son. He
What's
used the
up with
black
that?
sand. I think some people were saying so. Let's go through it real quick. I'm gonna do a quick synopsis of what happened in this chapter. It's 40 pages. It's a lot. Technically, Boruto just got sniped out of the air. The enemies, which are the Shinju, Jura, and all of the fucking Ten Tails clones, they all just acquired back Sasuke's Thorn Soul. Basically, this is the thing that can save Sasuke from the tree that he's trapped in right now. If they don't save him within a certain amount of time, we expect that he will die in the process. All right. They took it back to their lair, put it back on the cube. Nigga, Boruto got handcuffed by Konohamaru because, like I said before, nobody believes that Boruto is Naruto's son. Kawaki also told a lie in the process saying that Boruto actually killed Naruto. So now everybody has been thinking this for the past 3 years that Boruto actually killed his own father, not knowing that that is actually his father and that Naruto is actually still alive, just tucked away in another dimension because Kawaki forced it. Nonetheless, they think. Boy, man, this shit. They go into a backstory, which is everybody was clowning this shit when we first saw it. After Kosh and Koji ran away because they was like, "Oh, this nigga a bitch. He not nowhere close to Jiraiya. He's really just a clone of him. He's nowhere close to the big brain or the sacrifice that he's willing to take." This man ended up unlocking future sight, and he looks at it like films, like JJK. We was just talking about it. How the dude moves frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
shows up like frames in his damn film frames in his damn peripherals. So he's seen the future in that split second before Ishiki just awakened and was about to kill him, and he teleported away in order to one day be able to get in contact with Boruto to stop what was gonna transpire.
Mm.
Man, me oh my. So now that we got that, everybody was clowning saying that hey Ishiki or Kashikoji did all this shit. He's just a hoe ass nigga just gonna leave everybody. Not knowing that this is what Kishimoto planned in the story. And it just is beautiful to see, man. It's beautiful to see that now they have a whole nother thorn soul that nobody knows about that they're putting on the cube to be turned into one of the Shinju, which we're assuming that is going to be the Shinki clone. So if I'm thinking of that, if I'm taking that into base understanding, into common knowledge now, what have these other clones been doing, either under the Shinju or either with the help of Code as well? What have these niggas been doing where they even took Shinki? Was he on a mission? Was he in the village?
Yeah, what
Because then they
happened?
had to pull up in the village and fuck everybody up within that village. What is going on right now? I feel like this is even raising up the stakes even more, where this is a threat that now is starting to become a world type of threat.
Yeah, it's gonna affect all of the right. Now you bring in the other nations into play, bro. So
Somebody
is
was
it
saying,
going?
"Oh,
Keep
go
going.
ahead."
I'm sorry. No, no, no.
So
Keep going.
somebody was saying that the new clone or the new Shinju that we said looked like Shinki actually resembled Naruto in Baryon mode.
Mm.
With the eyes, that's true.
Yes, and the little things on the side too.
Oh, but the thing is, it's kind of
How?
difficult because the sand people have those distinct eye
Mm-hmm.
features. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of difficult to know, is it one or is it the other? Like, is it just because he, it's reminisce, it's the characteristics of a sand nation person? Because think about like in the original Naruto, Gara had those eyes, but remember his partner, the dude with the hat, he had a lot of those same markings too. Now they trying to say that that's tied into like how Naruto was able to access Baryon mode was that it was some of the same things that comes from the Sand Village, and that this guy, when you combine this clone of Shinki, you're able to unlock that next level of a tailed beast quicker because I don't know. It's yeah, bro. I don't know. It's a lot of question marks, but like it's the best type of question marks because it's like yeah, I don't know what pandemonium they about to ensue, but it's definitely pandemonium coming.
They raising the stakes. This is what niggas wanted. You had to raise the stakes. You had to go somewhere from Madara. After Madara, you had to have Kaguya. After Kaguya, you got to raise the stakes even more. Madara was what, a planetary level
Yeah, now you got like
villain
a
probably. Kaguya was probably like I wouldn't say universal, but multi-planetary level villain type of
yeah.
thing.
And
Now
mind you,
you,
the top of that, we still got to we nowhere near seeing yet,
mm-hmm. I
bro.
think who we, because it was a lot of things that transpire within this chapter. I can't uh dive into everything, but one thing was verified, which I feel like a lot of people missed when reading Boruto. But all of the cyborgs that Amato created from Code, from Kawaki, from Ada, Damon, Kashin Koji, all of them have Shinjutsu. That automatically means all of them have Shibai's DNA. This is just one
Mm.
step closer for this man to be manifested. And if we're thinking like that, all it has to take is one of these Shinju or even Code to sacrifice all these niggas to create a god tree enough to have all of these abilities in one. Either we have Shibai or the second coming of Shibai. That could possibly save Code as a villain as of right now because that nigga is a trash villain.
Bro, and that's the thing too, is like like with Ada having the omnipotence and us getting a taste of what that power is like, what like he even if Shibai is like galaxies and years away, what if it's just kind of like a beak, like kind of like the same thing that happened with Madara with Kaguya, where it's just kind of like if you combine enough of these elements together, almost like Candyman, the person like the Shibai just appears. Like
He's not
by
even in that plane of existence. So that could be a conduit. That's what I'm thinking for him to
yeah,
come back into that plane of existence.
yeah, that
Mm-mm.
exactly. Yeah, are we in the same realm then? Because that's what I'm thinking too. It's like, bro,
He
it's
cooking, man.
good. It's
He cooking,
good.
man. He got everything. It's like a perfect blend of ninjas and Dragon Ball Z. You ain't
Pretty
got no
much.
crazy amount of aliens. You got a good amount. And now you got some mixture, some deviance of them motherfuckers. And it's all because of one dumbass nigga Code. And I think he gonna do some more dumbass shit. Either
Uh,
that
di-
or Kawaki gonna have a big brain idea to sacrifice all them niggas himself and get that power up himself.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the things I brought up when we were discussing chapter one. That Cold messed up, but there's a possibility to redeem himself and being a big bad near the end. You never know.
Yeah.
But like you said, Rob, he could still mess up and still be one of the most terrible villains of all time.
Yeah.
He
It's
seems to fuck up though, and it always progresses his plan in some odd fucking fashion.
it's like
Yeah.
watching Tom and Jerry. Cold is Tom and Jerry is like Boruto and the whole cast. Every time he tries to do something, get smacked. Get hit with like a hammer. Get set up. Get slip on a banana peel. Something always happens.
Hi, my name's Cody.
And it's one thing too, and then I think we can end it from there because we're getting into to 2 hours. Who's that one person that's been hella quiet, but he's super, probably the most intelligent player in this whole entire field? Who's that one person? Amado.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's still been quiet throughout this whole entire time, and this nigga is still fishy as hell. So if it's anybody who's capable of bringing back Shibai himself, because how the hell did he have all this DNA to use to give to these niggas?
Hey yo,
Yeah.
Literally though,
no Diddy,
how
please.
much DNA
And
did you have to
remember,
use in order to?
he'll do anything to get his daughter back too, even if it mean creating a godlike being.
So we're not making a no Diddy on that one. Okay.
Bro, he used the DNA. I don't know what you want me to say. He
You said he
spliced it
had
into their
DNA for
genes.
everybody. Come on, son.
He did. It wasn't his own. It was somebody else's.
Yeah,
Like a
He
sperm bank.
pers-
how did he get that though?
Like a sperm bank for Uzumaki. It's crazy.
That's wild. But yeah,
It's
and then
crazy.
the really but you're right. The question becomes how was he getting all of these things? And what does he have in his back pocket?
And why would Ishiki trust that with a lowly fucking human? Why would he trust somebody that every Otsutsuki, it seems like, was either scared of or revered highly? You have Momoshiku, who he fucking ate his damn sensei,
wow.
used him as a power up,
Well,
and was willing to give the one chance of him surviving a living hell. And you expect me to think him giving reverence to this nigga as if he's like the god of all gods. Like, bruh.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
great story.
lot, but it is good.
Y'all got to tap into that. All right. On that note, though, we're getting on the 2 hours. We're gonna take this down a notch, and we're gonna get the hell on up out of here because I nigga is tired.
Yeah, me
Multiple,
too. It's hitting me.
multitude of us. Before we go, though, I want to wish one of our kind compadres a very happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Chef D.
Happy birthday.
My boy.
You getting
We
old.
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
you.
man.
Yeah.
As always, we couldn't leave that off. I almost forgot it in the beginning, but
That's
I
messed
remembered
up.
it.
That's messed up.
It's the truth. It happens. But nonetheless, we appreciate you, brother, for having you on, for your words and your intelligence on the subject matters as well. Appreciate all of y'all. To be honest with you, appreciate all of y'all for coming in here. I know we was
Yes,
kind
sir.
of
Yes,
fighting it
sir.
today, but we pushed it through. So appreciate T for pushing us.
Another one
Appreciate
in the
Nah for coming
books.
in.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I enjoy having all of us on here. I don't, even though we still push through when it's three of us, because we gotta do what we gotta do. I enjoy having everybody on here all at once.
Or even the two intermission. Hey yo, you enjoy having everybody here all at once?
I'm
Hey,
talking
but you
about
can say
this,
the same thing with what
bruh.
you
You
just
talking
said with
about
the
me?
intermission.
Come on, man.
You can do the same thing with what you just
Ooh
said, Rob.
wee.
You
Yo,
double back on his, and yours was right there.
thank
So
you.
just call it a stalemate. It's a
Just leave it
stalemate.
alone.
All right,
It's a
I guess.
stalemate.
I guess we could call it that. But appreciate y'all again. Tap into the streams mostly on every Sundays or Mondays if we end up changing it. Around 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Around that time, Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/smooventertainment. Tap into all other podcasts that go into history, go into anime, go into mental maintenance, anything of that assortment from Krako's Corner, twitch.tv, or all podcast platforms. Krako's Corner, exactly how it's spelled on the screen right now. Tap in with me for gaming as well. You can tap into Smooth Entertainment as well. Twitch.tv/CHTaka, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Again, yeah, appreciate y'all. We going into another week, another episode, another day at the grind. So y'all be safe and enjoy y'all days and weeks.